Hello and welcome everyone. It is time to enter the kumite. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight. Okay guys, we have Kayla Harrison coming up against Larissa Pacheco. Here we are again. Kayla Harrison and Larissa Pacheco fighting in the finals. Is it third time's a charm for Larissa Pacheco? Or will this be another dominating performance by Kayla Harrison? Both times they've come up against each other, Kayla Harrison is pretty much dominated with her judo. She'd fight her way in the pocket with some big punches and shoot for a blast double, or maybe tie up and clinch and look for a head and arm throw or a trip. Then when she's on top, Pacheco has not had much luck getting back to her feet. Kayla Harrison is heavy on top, man. The only times Pacheco was really able to recover and get out from underneath her was when Kayla would try for a submission, particularly her armbar attempts from full mount. But even still, Kayla would readjust to side control or sprawl her out to keep her down. Pacheco did make some adjustments between their first and second fights to help not get utterly dominated on the ground. In their first fight, Pacheco wasn't fighting with those underhooks when she was on bottom. Like when she was in half guard, if she's really trying to brute force her way up, because she is strong, she can do that. But she needs that underhook as leverage while she's getting her knees underneath her. But in the first fight, yeah, she wasn't going for it and was just stuck on the bottom. Kayla Harrison has been working a lot on her wrestling, and the effort shows. She came into that second fight with Pacheco way more capable of the single and the double leg takedowns. All BJJ and judo people should focus on their wrestling first when they come into MMA. That way you can really oppress your opponent with your grappling. This improvement in her wrestling is definitely going to lower Pacheco's chances even more. Pacheco can learn clinch defense against the cage. It's hard to get a takedown against someone who knows what they're doing with their back to the cage. But out in the open, a well-timed takedown, that's much more difficult. Now, obviously, the grappling dominance of Kayla Harrison is sticking out to me on how I think the fight is going to play out. But let's not forget just how dirty Larissa Pacheco is with her boxing. I mean, this woman has some crazy power in her hands, and she has finished every single opponent this season with a first-round TKO. She is so freaking dangerous. And if you let her start taking charge, she's going to find the shot. Kayla Harrison, with her grappling, takes charge and forces her opponents back. But what might happen if she starts to slow down a bit, similar to how she did in that last round against Pacheco last time they met in the smart cage, Kayla wasn't pushing the pace as much, and Pacheco was getting pretty close to landing something meaningful. She was the one pushing Harrison back. It honestly had me worried because all it takes is one for a landslide of punches to follow up and end the fight. Ultimately, though, I'm going to go with the safer bet in Kayla Harrison. We've seen them fight twice now, and both times Harrison is dominated with her grappling. Now, if Kayla Harrison underestimates her, then it's a very different story because Pacheco is going to give it everything she has. But I don't see Kayla being stupid enough to underestimate anyone, especially with the streak that Pacheco has been on. This is a good fight, most definitely the decider for who is the top dog in women's lightweight for the year, no doubt. Some of these other finalists, I don't necessarily think all of them are the best that were actually on the roster. I think it just kind of played out that way based on how matchmaking went. But these are the two best women's lightweight in the PFL right now. I see Harrison getting some solid takedowns, maybe even one per round, maybe not quite that often, but ride the rest of that round on top and the fight going to another decision. Pacheco is keen to the submissions. She's so hard to finish, and she's got heart. So I do see it being another decision for Kayla Harrison. Don't be afraid to put some money on Pacheco by TKO, though, because she is looking absolutely devastating lately. With that, I'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you like the content we're providing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you disagree with our picks, make sure to berate us down in the comments below. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you can even follow me personally on Twitter. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight.